Hey y'all, so this week's message for all of us is pretty much saying that we are in an urgent state where we really need to start looking at ourselves. We are looking outside of ourselves and we really need to start loving ourselves deeply because a lot of people are just on this hunt to looking for relationships, platonic, romantic, business, but we don't know ourselves. We have no clue of who we are, and we really need to start tapping in, because if we really want to experience these healthy relationships and the things that we want, then it starts with us first. So we really need to understand who we are and know who we are and stop running from ourselves, because a lot of us are running from ourselves and we are distracted by all of these things in the world, and it's really not helping us. And we really in an urgent time where we really need to start paying attention to us, not anyone else, especially when it comes to relationships. A lot of people are searching for these relationships and want a perfect relationship and don't know who they are. They trying to pour into other people and don't have a clue what they like or what they love. So now is the time to really just start looking at yourself, going within instead of looking outside of yourself and looking for others to fill a void, in which I'll talk about, because that's a card that came up for us that talks about the void. So it's like we're trying to cover up this void that we're feeling within and putting it or projecting all of these things onto other people, and then relationships ain't working out because we're not in tune with who we are and what we want and what we like. We're not loving on ourselves unconditionally. So we are being tapped into just start loving on us and be fearless when it comes to understanding who we are, because sometimes it may be scary for some of us to really look at ourselves and examine everything about us. And also we have courage. So many of us are just pretty much in our comfort zone. We're chilling, we know we could do better, and we ain't moving. We're not trying to move through the fear. Some of us are really in fear of moving forward. So courage came up, and it's basically saying we gotta have the courage to do the things that we are afraid of, and facing the truth, or whatever it is that we need courage to do. Whatever you are experiencing right now, you need courage. You need the courage. And the card for this says courage transforms fear into determination. It is embracing life fully without holding back, doing what must be done even when it is difficult or risky. When we are tempted to give up, courage supports us to take the next step. It allows us to face adversity with confidence. Courage opens us to new possibilities and gives us the strength to sacrifice for what we love. At times, we need courage to accept the truth and to pick ourselves up after a mistake, ready to make amends and try again. Courage gives me the strength, or us the strength, to make this journey with all our heart. So, courage, we may be afraid of it. It may be things that we have to face, but we're just being encouraged to do the work, and it'll liberate, it'll free us. Also, we have the void. You may be covering up the emptiness or pain through an addiction. So a lot of us are just covering up our pain. We just trying to move through life and we feel like, oh, we cool. We looking outside of ourselves, but really we got a lot of pain within us, and we really need to tap into it so that we can start to have better ways of living for ourselves. And I'm going to read what it says about the void. There is a void inside of you. It is an empty space that you are trying to fill with mindless activities or addictions. These activities could be something as seemingly harmless as checking your social media profile multiple times a day, spending all your precious time playing video games or surfing the internet, or overworking and ignoring downtime altogether. It could be something more obvious, such as using alcohol or drugs or smoking. Whatever the situation, until you allow yourself to feel the pain, you'll keep yourself from being able to heal and move on. Addiction serves one purpose: to numb the pain inside of you. The more you participate in activities like these, the bigger the void gets. Activities that serve the purpose of shutting off your feelings are self-destructive. You are being asked to let go of all your vices. Begin to observe all the ways you engage in activities or addictions as a way to avoid your feelings. Spend time in prayer and meditation, and ask for help on your path to healing. Acknowledge the pain or emptiness within you, and your mind, body, and spirit will begin to heal naturally. So it's just pretty much saying we got a lot of voids that we just trying to mask with these addictions, with food, with games, with social media. How many of y'all just on social media every 2 minutes scrolling? So we just really need to get into who we are and really fill these voids with positive things. And some of us been in these addictions so long that it's hard to come out. And so that's why we are being encouraged to get support. Some of us really need to see a therapist, a counselor, a psychologist, because our minds are just in a state of destruction and it's really not helping us. So tap in, ask for support, get the support that you need. If some of y'all every weekend are still drinking, turning up, and still just running and numbing your pain, then it's time to wake up. It's time to really get yourself right so that you can start to live the life that you want. Don't try to keep numbing, because at the end of the day, you'll wind up killing yourself. You'll wind up going down a road and being in a dark place that you really don't want to be in. So, this is just a message to rise up, have the courage to face your fears, to face yourself, to look at yourself in the mirror, to just say, I may have made mistakes, and be okay with it. I may have messed up or did this, but you're just being encouraged. We are being encouraged to do the work so that we can heal naturally. Don't feed those vices. Don't continuously eat yourself away. Play the games, scroll through social media, travel all over the world. All of these things is just allowing you to run from yourself. And if you have children, you really have an obligation to be there for them. So if you keep running, it's just going to be a pattern that your child is going to have to go through. So think about your children. If some of y'all have children, you actually have something to live for. You actually have a responsibility. So you just got to do better. That's the message. Do better. Take care of yourself. Love yourself unconditionally. Stop looking outside of yourself, looking for relationships when you don't even have a relationship with yourself. It doesn't make sense. And, we have lived like that for a long time, but we're in an urgent state where we really just got to tap in with ourselves and do the work, because those addictions and the things we're doing, all we're saying is, I'm in pain, and we really are willing to die, because if you don't stop these addictions, eventually it leads to death. And some of us feel like we, maybe don't really want to live, but, get the support and know that you are supported in ways that you may not even think that you're supported. A lot of us feel like we don't have support and we have to go at things alone, and that's really not true. That's just a state of mind. That's something that we thought for years. Like, we don't have support. No one understands us. We're all in the same situation in a way, because we're all going through some type of pain, but we feel like we're alone. You don't have to be alone and deal with these things on your own. So that's our message for this week, y'all. Peace.